Just waiting for him to join the call. Malp on your O'Kane, either one. Hi Chase Shaco, how are you? Thoughts on the Shaco nerfs? Wait, he's getting nerfed?
Hello?
Hi. Hello?
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Let me share screen with you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, let me turn down your too loud a bit.
Okay.
Okay, I'm fine.
All right. What MMR is this? It's like Master, Grandmaster, whatever. Because you met Nemesis, right, in this game?
Yeah. This was like on average Grandmaster. So there were a few challengers and a few masters, like low masters.
Oh, you're in mid against him.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
I kind of got lucky, and I was kind of nervous too, playing against him. So I didn't play as well as I could have, but it doesn't matter, I guess.
Huh. All right, hold on one second. Let me add.
Would you like my OPGG?
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm gonna add you on Discord. Do you get it?
Oh yes.
All right.
Oh, okay. I accept it. All right.
Yeah, send me the OPGG.
Mm-hmm. Hello. This is pretty cool.
Let me see.
This is the OPGG. Yeah.
Are you here? Oh no, he's still ringing. I'll see if I can get him in.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hey.
What's up?
Yeah, hello, Nemesis. He's against you in this game.
What am I playing?
You're playing Victor.
I don't even remember this game.
How long ago was it?
Yeah. It was
I don't
like
know.
5 days ago, or something.
I think I was trying the Omnistan, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
fucking shit. Never again.
What? Not on Victor. What the fuck?
I mean, I was just trying it.
Nice. All right. Whatever. You join in for this one?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Did I win this game?
Yes, you did. Just barely, I guess. Or not.
I don't even remember.
Q could have been thrown out sooner. And also it should have hit all the spellcasters. Because Victor will
Yeah,
obviously
so
start E. Yeah. Like, alright. So, when the wave starts like this, right, you have ability to just get a nice Q and set it up because Victor's going to start E anyway. If he shoves in on you, even though you have teleport and whatnot, it's already feels bad. Because versus Victor, you want to play mana economy war. You want to attack his mana pool because you can't actually kill him. You can't beat him in trades. So the way that you play the lane against him, especially in the early phases, is you acknowledge that he has one of two recalls. He has the 1150, which if he CSs perfectly, you can't really stop it. And then he has the 1250. He also has 1100, which is Sorkpen boots. These are basically his 3 recalls. So
Yeah.
Orianna, you have corrupting, so you have benefit from Dark Seal, which is at 350. You have benefit from Amptome, which is at 900. Obviously, Victor doesn't have so much benefit at 350 unless he gets Dark Seal too, or he has 400, which is Doran's. He also has Doran at 800, but it's not going to be likely that he does that. So you have to look at all of these numbers and then try to fight over these particular recalls rather than just trying to beat him straight up, because it's just not how the lane works. So when you stand here, if you stand further up and you hit the back wave as well, and then you immediately click over to the left rather than on the south, Victor will click down like this, or he'll click in like this, and then he'll look for E's. But you just obviously want to tether max range on E. And then while you're standing over here, you can layer the melee minions. Okay.
By the way, around futures markets, just so you know.
Because you're a savant, of course. What the fuck? Okay, he's on cooldown. You can move in. So if you hit this minion with that auto, like watch this auto. It's really subtle, but it's important. Right? If you hit this minion, you can layer them better. Right? Because you have to watch your minion's projectiles, and then you have to think about what Victor's thinking about. Right? So after you hit this minion, it allows you to move down, and then CS this minion, and then it allows you to move like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get this minion. And then you're in close proximity to this minion.
Yeah. So it's like in snooker, kind of.
It's like what? Soccer?
Like in snooker. Snooker.
I don't know what that is.
You know what it is? Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Okay. You let him get E for free again. And the auto attacks are obviously weird. Now, when you go for a trade like this, it doesn't accomplish anything. He's not going to E you. You're not getting anything set up on the minions. You're going to lose the trade. And what are you trying to accomplish? Like that has to be the question. Victor's completely fine with this. Because you ruin your own minions. You give him the ability to threaten to hit level 2 around the same time as you. And now he gets it. Or, well, that minion, holy shit. Nice RNG. Jesus. Okay. But he's happy right now. Yep.
I mean, not really, honestly.
What do you mean? Why aren't you happy?
Playing against Orianna is just... I mean, I am happy, but playing against Orianna is just...
Oh, yeah, it's obnoxious, yeah.
I mean, yeah, my lane position is really good for him getting ganked right now.
Yeah.
Because against Shaco, there's not much counterplay if he knows.
Yeah.
So right now, let's identify this as wave A, okay? Wave C is coming, or wave B is coming. What's going to happen on wave B? You're not going to win any trades. You're not going to look for trades, right? So that's already an X. Your mana pool is, you're not winning against him magically, or you're not able to do anything, right? So you can't even win a war of mana. So then, once this wave ends up arriving, and your lane state is as awkward as it is, Lee Sin's about to show bottom, which is, you know, is going to happen, and then Victor just has complete freedom to be immune to everything. Which means that on wave 1 and 2, you failed really badly, and now you reap the punishment on wave 3 and 4. So, now let's think about wave 4, 5, 6, right? So, this is wave 3, right? This is 4, and this is 5. So on 4, you're losing really hard. If you try to do anything that allows you to win on 4, you can't. You can't trade with Victor to set him up for a Lee Sin gank or do anything like that. You can't manipulate your minion wave to be favorable against Victor relative to Lee Sin, because Lee Sin's going to show bot, and Lee Sin can't do anything. Which means that if you try to do anything, you're going to ruin yourself for wave 5. Which then means that you need to think about what's going to happen at 6. So at 6, this is going to be the first chance that the lane has any potential to be like even or reset. But if you're going even against Victor, and you lost out on waves 1, 2, and 3, you're losing. So rather than try to play out wave 3 normal, wave 4, and wave 5 normal, you should just concede that you've already lost it, and try to get it over with. Same or similar concept of cheater recalling, but not entirely. Like right here, you throw the Q even though you're about to level up. And there's really no value to have E. If you just wait to skill a point, like after, if you're just auto-attacking correctly, you get level 3, you level up, you can throw the ball, and then you can try to shove. But you have to do it relative to this wave. So you need to soften these minions up, but not crash them until this wave arrives. Depending on what Victor ends up doing with his Death Ray, and with his Q trades, or whatever, if he skills Gravity rank 3, which I don't think that he will, you build up the 2 minion waves, you crash onto the wave, and Victor can't do anything about it, because there's too many minions. So you acknowledge that your HP and your mana doesn't matter anymore. You pop corrupting potions, and you use your life as a resource. This is actually just like in the Riven coaching session that I did before, because you've already failed on wave 1 and 2. So skill level 3, and then throw Q, but don't CS immediately.
support me for that one.
Yeah.
What would you say is the right opening on the Orianna?
The one I told you to do, you could have gotten away with. But see this again? This is still kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Because even if relative to the next wave you get a reset, this is the exact sequence I just told you about, right? On the waves. Even if you get a reset, it's not winning. Even though the events didn't unfold because of the way that he's playing his lane out. And obviously how you played it out.
Mm-hmm.
Right here is a good time to hit tab and count his CS and yours. Obviously, he's running futures market, so you have to consider that. But like right here, are you ever going to... So let's identify now this wave as wave A. Are you ever going to kill him on wave A? No. Are you ever going to kill him on wave B? No. Are you ever going to kill him on wave C? No. So if we know that we're not going to kill him on any of these waves, you can just cut to the chase and you can hard shove in this wave. He doesn't have enough mana or HP to hold it. And he won't just randomly stand. I mean, I guess he could skill Gravity Field, but the next wave is too far away.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you only hit 2 of the spellcasters, you get clipped by a Death Ray, you're not using W, you're not auto-attacking, everything's really bad. Victor is totally happy right now. Your Shaco... Yeah, so...
I think it's very useful to, like, you know, shove the wave in and get base before I reach Hexcore, because that fucks Victor a lot. And then you have more wave clear, because I don't have the upgraded E. And on top of that, I don't think you're really tracking enemy jungle this game. So
Yeah.
So
I didn't play too much
if you would
attention.
if you would get ganked, let's say at minute 3 or something, 3rd wave, 4th wave, and if Shaco just chunks, like, I don't know, let's say 60% of HP of you, the lane is over.
Yeah.
Because then I get
Right.
good base. And I know where Lee Sin was the entire game, like at least till now. Because he ganked bot level 3 and he didn't do anything. I think.
Yeah.
Right here, it's another example that your intention is in the wrong place. You will never kill him. You're not pressuring him.
What the fuck is Lee Sin doing, by the way?
I don't know.
Is he crossing or what?
He wants to share XP with you, which is obviously bad, but then you trade it on Victor. So like right now, you could stand on the other side of the minion wave and try to find him, but now it feels bad. It's worth taking a tower shot here, yeah.
I think I stay, if I remember correctly now.
Also, you could have warded Wraiths, you didn't do that, and now you're losing.
Yeah.
Now, if Shaco just comes here and shows up, right?
Yeah,
Now, let me tell you an imaginary route, okay? If Shaco counts Lee Sin's CS, right? And Shaco forgoes his camps, because Victor's winning as hard as he is, Lee Sin's about to show top. If Shaco comes into mid lane, denies you your recall, even though you have teleport, and grants Victor a freeze, you actually get killed. Then Shaco transitions into bottom and clears Lee's respawned camps, and then Shaco has his camps on the right-hand side. So it's just winning all around. I don't know what this Shaco will do, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he had the right idea. Except he came from Wraiths. Alright, so now you're getting a recall off that you could have had when Victor was still locked up in the lane, and now Victor has control over the lane. So this is all just losing. And also, like at this point, you're not that far off from a lost chapter, right? It's probably worth it to just stay out of vision because it's non-canon wave. See what Nemesis does, and if he insta-shoves it, then you kept the wave. You know what I mean? But fighting for...
It won't happen on Victor though. I just don't shove fast enough, I think.
Yeah, that's probably true. But also you saw Shaco, so you know that you can't die.
Not sure if... I mean, never mind. I think if you wouldn't have TP, you should never buy 2 M-tones. But since you have TP, I guess it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know why not just get Darksteel, because he's already lost the lane.
I mean, Darkseid's pretty fine too.
I think Darkseel's so much better, because he's going to come back to lane now, right? We're going to identify this as wave A, right? So he's really close to Lost Chapter. What does he really want to do on wave A, B with 6, C, and D against you? He requires you to handshake something in order to kill you. And all that he's doing is trying to get to Lost Chapter. And then if he comes back with Lost Chapter on wave E or F, you're fine. You're already happy. He's already lost. So he should just concede the fact that he's already lost and just go Darksteel. Ow. Like,
this game is a bit unrealistic so far.
Yeah, it is.
If I'm playing this matchup, with jungler would be more involved, like for both sides.
we can't all get carried by self-made, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. This is the same exact thing that you were doing in wave 1 and 2. You have to ask yourself...
What are those pixels? Am I the only one?
No, it's really bad quality. The VOD's really bad quality, yeah. You're not doing anything. You can't keep doing this blow for blow because Victor is out sustaining you. But then also Victor benefits more the longer that this lane goes than you do. So whenever you identify that you're in a situation like this, I don't know if you were just watching the Riven Kennen. If you were, just close your eyes when I play.
Yeah.
But whenever you identify that the lane is losing, you need to get out of it as fast as possible.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, he has nothing to do. But he blows your heal. He gets the wave crash also, and now he just gets a better recall on you. And he also grants his jungler prio, but his jungler's a little bit special, so...
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Holy shit.
I should have flashed that.
Oh, they
I
had
was
you.
so fucking sad.
Oh.
Yeah, I was so sad. That
Oh
I
my
kinda,
goodness.
I should have flashed the chocolate and played it safe for sure.
Yeah, you were dead. If Orianna
My
just played
gravity
right.
field wasn't the best as well.
Yeah.
Placed it better. But it's so sad, by the way. Now that I remember, I think my shake was legit weighing it down or what.
Yeah, of course. Alright, he TP's back with Lost.
Also, isn't swapping to heal really weird? I mean, in most cases. I guess in that case it's better
Yeah, I
for
think-
him since I all in, right? But like, let's say I don't all in and I just play waves and he has no TP then, you know? Is he just gonna burn heal randomly?
Yeah,
Waste his spellbook or what?
you should recall into Lost Chapter and then swap teleport.
Yeah.
Let's get the plate. What? Did you not get the plate? What are you doing?
No, I got it.
Did you?
I think it's bugged, the help
Yeah,
button,
it's-
if I remember.
It appears as
Oh, you
it's
did.
not taken.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah.
I took it.
It's bugged this patch. This is very common, Alice. Why am I not going Rabadon, you know?
Yeah. Now you know that blue's up and that Victor's gonna go to it.
Do you think this junglers give me blue or what?
Jesus Christ.
I don't think I ever received blue as a mage from mid anymore.
No, you're doing the same thing. Not only are you standing on the pocket where Shaco is, you're doing the same exact. You're just randomly casting Q and W without thinking how it's affecting the lane or what the opponent's thinking. Victor's probably thinking, "Oh my god, I'm gonna lose to this guy." But holy shit!
Honestly, I never think about my opponent when I play. I think I'm thinking about my jungler all the time. Honestly. It's like, why is he not ganking my lane, or what is he doing on the map, you know? Or my support. Like, it's one of those two.
I can't see Darius right now, but maybe Darius is diveable, and that's where Victor's going.
Yeah. I think I'm backing up my shake or something.
Yeah, or not Darius, Gangplank. Sorry. Yeah, so he'll kill, and now you need to run up into the lane. Yeah, run up. Or is this a cannon?
I think I got a kill here.
Mm.
Ogres.
No, it's not. Yeah, hard shove. Yeah, that's not the best way to hard shove. Yeah, W.
Yeah, miss some Q.
And now path bottom. Because Gangplank has ultimate, and if Lee Sin moves with you, you can threaten a kill on this wave.
You're
Yeah.
pinging? Let's see. I'm pretty sure I'm pinging my bot lane here like crazy to go fucking back. And
You think they're gonna listen or what?
Like, this happens every single game. I pinged them 500 times here. 100% I
You,
remember.
you need, yeah, I don't know what you're doing. If you go around, but also you use W once to get there, and then you can just use W again. Because they're obviously hard committed. And so using W and then just, yeah, killing.
Yeah.
This is obviously really bad. And then Victor's response here is totally fine. He just shoves in your mid wave, yeah. And now you're moving backwards, but
My E was really bad. Holy.
yeah,
I don't know if you saw that.
doing B saw it.
Yeah. I can't believe my Javen died. Pinged 500 times.
All right. Shove the, oh god.
Yeah, what the hell?
Shove.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
think
not,
I
shove,
left
shove, 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 shove. I don't know what you're doing, dude. Victor. All right, look. Where's Victor? Right, you see him. Okay. So now on the mini map, track him through Fog of War. Okay. He's right. This is the only spot he can be in right now. He's right here. Okay. So then he'll move up like this. Your job is, before you even think about moving to Lee, you hit F2 and look at Darius. Right? Because you go to Gangplank, you look at Darius. Can you stand left pocket, shove in mid, and then move top and kill Darius? Or can you stand left pocket, shove mid, get Wraiths, and then get Scuttle Crab? Like, these are all options, but instead you do none of them, and then you slow push the wave. And also you can change teleport to Ghost, you can change it to Ignite. There's so many options that you actually have. But instead, you don't do any of them. And now you're going to shove, but it's already too late because now Victor is right here. It's right here. He's going to come back. And now Victor's right. Yeah, he's right here. He's about to show up. Ready? Yeah, there he is. And you gave him free wave again. So this is kind of just like the Riven and the Kennen session that I did before. Also, the GLP thing I think is sort of novelty. I don't know why. I don't think there's, like, I mean, Nemesis can comment on this too, but you can
I don't
probably,
think it's better than Ludens.
yeah, that's what I mean.
On Orianna.
Wait, what?
He built GLP and I have no idea why. Obviously it should just be Ludens.
On Orianna, yeah, I'd say Ludens is better in most cases. I think Tier can also be built, but not in this game.
Yeah.
I think there are champs that can build GLP, but Orianna is not one of them, I'd say.
No, you need to F key, look at lanes, shove wave, and get out of it. You need to just avoid Victor. You'll achieve nothing by just staying in the wave. But when he does stuff like this, I mean, I guess. Whoa, Jesus,
Sure,
your combo.
Oh, I have no ult. Okay, I think I don't. Okay, no, I don't.
Okay, but
Fuck is happening?
no, hold on. Look at this. Ready? Yeah, you hit him with QW. You should have popped. You can pop corrupting. And now right here, you could have, or he could have thrown GLP at you, right? And then re-hit Q, and then he can activate Ghost, cast R, and then you'll flash,
Yeah.
right? And then you're slowed, and then he just follows you with EQ and W. I think you're dead. If he plays it right, I think you're dead.
Yeah, I might be.
QW, and now right now, corrupting pot, GLP throw, and then he's slowed, move left, cast Q again, then cast R. As he's trying to go away, he gets pulled, he flashes R down, you move up with Ghost active, throw Q down into him, chase with Ghost, use E.
Yeah, that should have been.
Yeah, he's dead.
Because I have no ult. But
Yeah.
also I got little tempo, which is very useless
Yeah.
in this case.
Nice RNG.
Yeah. I'm also one level up, which helps a bit.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure here I had free kill if I just played it right.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck is he doing in game, I think. I think I had vision of Lee or something, or like warded there, so I knew he wasn't mid.
You're running back into mid. You gotta F key and watch your side lanes more, especially in matchups where you shouldn't realistically have kill potential on the opponent.
Yeah. I'm working on the F keys.
Yeah.
trying to get into the habit of doing it.
You see Leona, but you don't respond.
Yeah.
Like, also throwing the what you E and then you don't even W right away. If
Yeah,
you
so it's useless.
yeah, it's useless completely. And then you could have thrown Q back and then R'd. But mechanically, this is all being played. It doesn't look like you can pay attention to what's happening on the screen. It looks like the game is moving very fast for you. He's gonna, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is how you win games, huh? Yeah, this is how they let anyone into Fnatic, huh?
What? I'm getting the most unlucky, what is it called? Omistone keystones. I get pressed attack and little tempo. Like, what?
Alright. Jesus. Now, what, you're about to spawn? You should have changed your flash to something. Yeah, you should have changed your flash to something. The whole combo here is just bad. No corrupting. Everything else is late. Still didn't corrupting. If you did and you followed, yeah, okay. I guess you kill him anyway, but...
Here, honestly. In game I'm pinging go in and they're just AFK watching, look at them. Like obviously one of them has to die, but I kill her after.
Yeah.
And they don't do that, and then they both die. Like I was like, what the fuck are these people doing?
So the first thing to do after getting... Alright, so why are you recalling? Darius just died, right? Victor just died. Right? They have death timers. You can definitely run up and try to shove a wave, especially because you have a thing that you can swap. And you have all the corrupting potions. Why are you building Oblivion Orb?
I mean,
they don't have any magic resistance, and I'm the only magic source in the team.
I wouldn't say it's that bad this game.
It kind of sucks also because you have GLP.
You could be Zonia maybe.
Yeah, you could get Zanya's, Leandri's.
Like I think if you just go Rabadon second, you're too squishy against Shaco, for example.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that was my problem in this game. I got killed by Shaco too many times.
Now I, on the other hand, have GLP, you know, Alice? What do you think about that?
What?
I have GLP on Victor.
I saw Koreans talking about it on Victor because of the way that he plays.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Instead of Luden?
Yeah.
I think it depends on what type of team comp you have, because you have a catch comp with Shaco, Leona, and Darius, and you just need to give resets. I think the utility is really powerful.
I also like spending less gold, so I get Leander faster and Rabadon. These items.
I think if it was a gentleman's game where like you have like Jinx or like long range and an honest top laner, then yeah, Luden's. Surrender vote. Did you start it? Oh no. Okay, you voted no.
No.
Yeah. And now we're walking back into lane, but every time you're walking places, you don't.
Maybe you should buy stopwatch, no? Here.
I mean, there's no reason to have a team fight, right? So he's gonna get to. He's gonna get to.
Always a team fight. So.
Jeez, yeah, but there's no reason to. There's no neutrals.
Yeah, I mean mountain in 1 minute, but even then.
But like, why? Like right here, right? You ran mid and you shared XP with 3 people. But why? On so many recalls, do you not watch the side lanes and think about like what you should be doing? Because even inside of laning phase, you don't F key to look at your teammates to think about roams. And when you're, again, reiterating, when you're in a lane where you can't accomplish a kill by yourself, and there's no point to try to lane manip to get a kill because of who the opponent is, and I don't mean the person, I mean the champion, you need to actively look for roam timings based on the side lane's minion wave positions, and then also the trades that maybe the top laner or the bot laners are doing.
Yeah, well, I'm currently trying to develop my habit of looking at the side lanes and just looking generally on the map way more than I'm currently doing.
Yeah, that's good. You can just recall now. Just recall. Just recall. Just recall.
I'm so confused what happened last 30 seconds. Like, first of all, 3 people went mid, then
Then
I went
yeah,
bot. Yeah, it was so weird.
and then Darius TP top for no reason, and then he dies. And now you're gonna be in mid, and you're gonna get the XP, and now we're gonna move over to Mountain. Also, this is Mountain Soul, so getting Seekers and Zanyas is actually really good. Like, if, let's say that Zanyas is only built like a certain percent of the time. I think when you get Mountain, it's further incentivized. I don't know what you're doing right there. But when
try to save him.
this is sort of like the crown shot game that I coached on stream earlier, where if you're chasing after like Mountain Soul, if your champion builds armor items and you're not the primary source of damage, or the items that you're going to be building in the near future don't amplify your damage massively, then compounding onto the defensive stats and items, I think, is just better.
Well, he kinda also needs to be one of the big damages though, because they're full AD without her, right? So if she goes behind, we can just stack armor.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Also, you should know that I'm there at Drake. You should never die there. Like, you could just check me through Fog of War. You should know I'm coming from the tank and killing you.
Yeah.
I mean, Lee Sin just went for like 50-50 smite, which ended up working. But I'm pretty sure like my support should probably zone Lee Sin there, so that doesn't happen. Yeah, and here I die. I remember this. I should never flash. Coach, by the way. I didn't
Nice.
keep it behind me.
Nice.
I overstayed. I agreed it because
Yeah, I think he died like 3 times on the side lane this game.
yeah. Once you start, it doesn't stop, you know.
Okay, so you actually stayed bottom even though GP was in close proximity, and then I guess he just let you have everything. And now, yeah, you're gonna go blue
Should maybe
trinket.
try to be
but-
more patient. Yeah, I think right now you missed 2, but you should not. Realistically, not miss this.
Yeah.
I think you're being too impatient.
And now, what are we doing right now on the map? It looks like
I mean,
you're.
you guys should secure some vision since I'm dead, but I don't know what's happening.
GP should be the one getting wraiths because he gets the most gold from it. You pull it away from Lee Sin, you tilt him.
I don't think that ever saw people would do that, Alice. Okay, like.
All right, but I mean, the last like minute, he's randomly running around on lock camera, not thinking about anything that is actually going on.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Like right here, you should.
You should probably just freeze this.
Yeah, you should. You should cast E, right? You see this ward is placed, which means that Victor's somewhere around here, right? You should E and then stay at the brush, because if they try to start Baron, you guys will know. But also, the fact that Baron's a major neutral that's coming up, and there's not going to be a dragon, why did you shoot your blue trinket in here, if you remember? This isn't a good blue trinket. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, he wants to check if blue is up, I guess, but you could do that anyway.
You could do it anyway, because Victor's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor's dead. You have Rakan Gangplank in mid. But if like this is the stage of the game where you start actively looking to freeze because you outscale the opponents. And like even right here, right? Cast your E, pull the minions up, and you're not doing that. You're just shoving. Or you're gonna shove, but you pull them into turret range. Why?
Yeah, I mean, he can deny maybe like 2 millis here.
If he did it right, he could maybe deny cannon, unless you stick around in E. Because there's another cannon. Oh yeah, you stick around. Okay. Yeah, you could deny 2 melees.
Am I gonna die soon or what? Oh, here I know he's.
What are you doing? Why?
He thought I had no vision of the bush, but I didn't. I just predicted he's there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I just had a feeling you're gonna do that. It's like 6 cents, I guess. And here, I think I die here. I was so
Yeah,
triggered
of
course.
I died to this. I got so triggered. Like, I'm legit. Yeah, and this happens as well.
Move forward, and again, you're moving places without looking at lanes.
Yeah, you should definitely look at million or something.
Yeah, you can go to blue. Yeah, you can get blue. And then dragon's coming up.
They probably can't contest that one. Should just get topside. I mean, game is pretty doomed right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is. What?
Yeah.
Donna was free there for sure.
No.
Against Dario.
Watch, I'll show you what I'm saying what to. He had both.
Yeah, he had
If he does it, if he does it right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like right now, right? You have both.
Yeah.
You have both of them. They're both dead. That's probably. I mean, that's actually probably Mountain. If you kill both for free, you guys get Mountain.
It's still hard though.
Yeah, against Victor. Yeah.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Yeah, I have Leandri. Like he's doing so much damage. It's crazy.
It's really cool, right? When blue champions are paired with red champions, and then. Hello.
Yeah.
It's real cool, right? How fucking Gangplank and Orianna are flaming their fucking teammates. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, the pixels. Can't see anything.
You could chase after that. There's no Leona. I mean, you can just follow him, and then, Shaco's in close proximity, but it's fine. Swap your spell, or your spellbook thing. Oh my god. Honestly, dude. I gotta message Karn. Like, what the fuck?
How am I dying to this? Enemy team is
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah.
I still die. Like,
Yeah.
I get triggered so hard. Whatever, man. And I
But-
get grasp.
Yeah. At this stage of the game, there's not like a lot to actually look at, and the reason that I say that is because the problems that are present in early laning phase manifest themselves to just a greater extent in the later parts of the game. You're not aware of what the opponents want to do relative to what you want to do, right? You're not looking around at side lanes. You're not paying attention to recall timers that are ideal for you or your opponent. Your trade timings are completely arbitrary. And then once it develops from the early stage into the mid stage of the game, you seem clueless on where you need to move. But a lot of that is because you're not looking around the map, and I don't think that you're actively thinking about what is best for me in like a single player sense.
Mm-hmm.
So in early laning phase, the stuff that we all talked about with like your spacing, your Qs, why you Q, why you stand the way that you do, the ideas that go into that, you take from it and you use those ideas to then stretch them to other parts of the game. I was having this conversation with Max, I think, the other day, that it's a very bizarre thing that pro players nowadays understand a lot, well, some do, understand a lot about when to push waves, why to push waves, where to hold certain waves, where certain pockets are ideal, why to freeze, when not to freeze, when freezing hurts you, why you can get away with freezing, you know what I mean, like relative to jungler's positioning. But it's very bizarre how when 10 or 15 minutes passes, these very same fundamental concepts, suddenly you start hearing responses like river control, or I'll just dive mid tier 1 or tier 2. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So the early game fundamentals, which you lack in greatly in regards to the principles that I just talked about surrounding lane, you have to get way better at them and then use the same exact ideology to apply it to mid and late game. But you're so lost in the early stages that when you get into the mid and late game, it looks like you're just arbitrarily doing things and sort of going with the flow, like without sentience. And obviously this is just one game. But the thing that I like to talk about is the intent versus the mechanics. It doesn't matter if you're messing up mechanically if the original intent of what you're trying to achieve is flawed. It doesn't matter if in this game, right, like when you could have solo killed Nemesis, right? I don't know what timer it was at. You run away from him.
Okay, just bought GLP. Yeah, here.
Yeah, here, right? So you're not aware of like the sequence and that it might unfold. But if you're not aware that this sequence might unfold and that it can unfold, why do you start the initial trade in the first place? Because otherwise, this Q doesn't do anything. What does this Q actually do? Unless you're trying to achieve the super unloaded trade that we just went over a couple of minutes ago, why Q him for a random amount of his HP? If, again, we identify this wave as wave A, trading his HP away with no intent to trade against him means that we're going to clear wave A as wave B is almost arriving or resetting, or unless you just hard shove it. And then what are you trying to do on wave C? Because if Victor has sustain, then the original trade doesn't mean anything. Are you really trying to keep him in lane for D and E all the way to F? That doesn't make any sense. What are you aware or cognizant of what's happening in the side lanes relative to Dragon? Are you aware of what Victor's gold is? Like, all of these things matter, and every action that you take has to matter. And it's okay if you make mistakes and you make slip-ups, because then what you try to do is you try to reset the hiccup or the mistake. If you realize that you messed up on A, you try to cut it on B and C as fast as possible. You try to get to whatever letter the reset occurs in as quickly as possible. And then using these kinds of ideas or this kind of an approach, you apply it to other parts of the game. And then you keep refining upon it. And you keep questioning yourself for every single action that you take. And if it's good or if it's ideal. But you don't just question yourself, you question the opponent. So like in this VOD review in particular, I talked a lot about what Victor wants to do. How Victor feels. How Victor is thinking. Because all of that matters, and it actually is important relative to what you're trying to achieve. So sometimes it's important to think about what could the opponent have done better here? What could the opponent have been desiring? How do they feel? And that's a very good way to get better too. And then you have people in Twitch chat like the Rapid Rabbit that says he overcomplicates things for no reason. Why flood people with information inside of a recording that they can watch back later when they can't process it? Yeah, I'm overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
Also, like, later on in the game, when you're not like watching any lanes and stuff, it just feels like you're playing autopilot, honestly.
Yeah, I do that often.
Which is really bad, because if you just play autopilot, you're just
Yeah,
gonna
then
stay the same elo all the time.
Yes, I
You're
know.
gonna just do the same thing all over again for 1,000 games, and then you're gonna wonder why you're stuck.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous playing against you, so that
Yeah,
was.
but you shouldn't be, you know?
I don't know. I felt I was scared, but I guess that wasn't a problem in this game where I lost it. So.
Do you have anything else to ask?
No, not really. I think.
I think playing a control mage like Orianna is probably less beneficial to you than playing a mage like Syndra, where
Yeah, but Syndra is harder.
Syndra is harder. But the thing that's good about Syndra is if you're not solo killing your opponents, it is infinitely more apparent, or not apparent, it's infinitely easier to just know that you're doing something wrong. Whereas on Orianna, it might not be the case.
That's true.
So play a champion that is overtuned, overloaded, and should, in theory, be able to win every lane. And if you fail to win the lane, you don't even need to question if you should have played it differently. You just know that you should have, because it's Syndra. So that's something that's really nice about those kinds of champions, when they do exist. It's sort of like Jace pre-nerfs. If you weren't winning lane as Jace, you were doing something wrong. You don't even have to ask the question. But in this game, you might ask me, well, was I doing something wrong versus Victor? Well, yes, you were, but it was an entirely different kind of wrong that isn't so obvious or transparent.
Yeah.
So I would advise you to get a second ID, spam 300 games of Syndra, watch, like any replays of like good mid laners like Do and B.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
That timer's in the chat.
yeah, we got no, but play like 300 games of Syndra and watch VODs and first person views of like UCal streams a lot of Syndra actually lately. UCal's been streaming every single day. I think he's like 1100 LP right now in Korea. He's been streaming a lot. The EU mid laner on Fnatic streams sometimes, but I mean, I think his jungler's better at Syndra. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then look up everything that you can about Syndra and pray that she doesn't get nerfed by 9.24 or 10.1.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah. All right. I will. Yeah. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Nemesis. Hey! He hung up on me. Let me call him. Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. What do you want me to say to people that say I'm overcomplicating it? Break it down for me.
Well, I mean, you're probably complicating it for them because they're probably gold or something. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think these things are that complicated.
The frustrating thing, though, is this is the most important. And they don't see it as such. And they think that it's overcomplicated because it's a lot of shit, and they don't see other people talk about it. So because they don't see other people talk about it, they're like the flat earthers or the anti-climate change people or like the fucking anti-vaxxers.
You know what's really funny though? These control match type of matchups, right? Like let's say Victor Orianna or whatever.
Yeah.
These matchups are actually way harder to play than like, you know, let's say fucking Akali Rally or some shit.
Yeah, of course.
It's so much harder to play these matchups.
For fuck's there's so much more going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so much more that you have to be aware of that isn't just your own lane.
Yeah.
But it impacts your lane. So it's so
but
fucking
in
gross.
other matchups you can like just trade, you know, with autopilotness and stuff. But here you have to actually think about waves all the time and everything that's going on in the map at the same time.
Of course. And every fucking click should matter.
Like you can see on the replay, right? It's hard for him to track many things that's happening on the map.
Yes.
It's a very hard thing to learn. Because you need to play mechanically already on autopilot and then also think, which is really hard, I think.
Yes, it is. And that's what has to be practiced. But it's like, this is the most important shit, to think like this. Like, and then practice it. It's not overcomplicated. Just because other people aren't tilted. I'm going to get tilted even thinking about it. But no, I know you and I have had this conversation. It's just so mind-numbing. It's even worse when some pro players say that it's not important either. Holy shit.
I mean, yeah.
For fuck's sake. But it's like, I don't know how I classify this. There's like tiers of pro players. There's like the pro players who are actually really good, but disregard stuff like this, and they think that it's not necessary. But they'll never ascend to like the much higher tiers. Do you know what I mean? They might be really good and solid and stable because they're really good at doing what they do, and they do it mechanically better, and they're able to do other stuff by like receiving information and blah, 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 blah. But they'll never ascend. So they're like the fucking, I don't know, you watch Dragon Ball Z?
No.
Nah, fuck you. Can't make an analogy. Jesus Christ. Whatever. Alright, I'll let you go. I gotta jump into the other session. Thanks for jumping in for this one.
No
Alright,
worries.
see you. Bye.
Good luck.